Story time, kids! I was about 10 when this game came out. When I looked at the cover for this game, I thought, I've always wanted a new Cruis'n game, so I got it. Then when I got home and popped it into my Wii, I heard this sound. I thought, that sounds familiar, but I can't tell what game it's from. I started the game and heard the title screen music. I thought, no, this isn't what I think it is. Is it? But then I realized it was just that. Not really a Cruis'n game, but a port of the Fast and the Furious arcade game on the Wii. Yeah, so I bet you're wondering, how the hell did that happen? Well, in 2006, Midway was planning to bring the Fast and the Furious to home consoles, but they lost the license during the game's production. As a result, they decided to slap the Cruis'n name on it in an attempt to fool everyone who grew up playing the Cruis'n games, like me, with a $20 price tag. So yeah, if you're wondering, there's your answer. Now on to the game itself. Like I said, it's pretty much a straightforward port of the Fast and the Furious arcade game, which, unlike the Cruis'n games, had no charm in my opinion. In fact, I think the only reason the game was a success was because of the movie license it was associated with. Well, I guess the gameplay isn't too much of a surprise, considering that Eugene Jarvis, the man who worked on the Cruis'n games, worked on this with his own company, Raw Thrills. You see, Raw Thrills is like the successor to Midway's games arcade division, but minus all the charm. Sorry man, that's just how I feel if you're just so happen to watch this video. Now anyways, back to this game. The gameplay is pretty much like the Cruis'n games. You know, you race tracks set in real life locations, dodging traffic. Like the Cruis'n games, you can perform tricks and take shortcuts, which can be amusing and are probably the only thing that may have a little bit of charm in this game. I mean, one track literally has you jumping from building to building if you take the shortcut. Now that's just insane. Also, like in the arcade version, you have the upgrade system. Before each race, you can select an upgrade ranging from spoilers, neon, decals, tires, engine, and of course, the best of the best, nitrous. But to be honest, they really don't have that much of an effect though. You can still get by easily in the races, and yeah, kind of a big disappointment though. There's only a total of 12 tracks in this game. You have 3 easy, 3 medium, 3 hard, and 3 expert, all based in real life cities. However, most of these tracks are just boring. General city environments and stuff, with really not much going for it. Even Race Wars is kinda boring too. I guess they were trying to emulate that serious look of the movie, which they succeeded at, but that doesn't make it any less boring to play. Not to mention, the game is short. You can beat it in less than a couple hours. And once you finish it, there's no real reason to return back to the game. Unless maybe you want to max out all the cars and make them look flashy as hell. But who would want to do that? There's also multiplayer so you can race with another friend. It's okay, nothing special. Cruis'n is not a Cruis'n game. It may seem like one on the surface, but once you actually play it, you'll see what it really is. A cheap port of an already existing game that had similar gameplay, but no charm to it. I suppose the upgrade feature is okay, and having licensed cars is nice, but that doesn't change the boredom you will experience when playing this game, even with a second player. And then again, you'd have to be a pretty crummy friend to get them to play this. Don't get me wrong, there are far worse racers than this one, but ones like these are only meant to be played in short bursts, and this is what happens when you bring them to consoles. Now, since this game is actually functional and it does work, I'm going to go ahead and give Cruis'n a 2 out of 5.